So guys, last time we left off designing inside my progress section here, and against what I initially told you, saying I wouldn't do anything behind the scenes, I went ahead and did, because this little section took me quite a bit of time to come to fruition in terms of a concept that I liked. I didn't want to do the typical three column bullshit with, just generic text and icons. I feel like that gets repeated on almost every website these days, so it's kind of like, I don't think I'll go that route. So what I tried to do is kind of instill a clean feel, but still have maybe some photography in there. This photo, it's kind of rough, but I might tweak the lighting a little bit to get it to kind of fit these colors a bit more. It looks pretty close, but there's some things I might go back and retouch. I did that off screen because honestly I spent, I think, another couple of hours on this off screen. I doubt you guys wanted to see me just kind of try and fail over and over. But I think that's in reality what it takes to get to a certain step like this. So iteration after iteration, I think in any type of art, that's where you end up landing. Another small thing I did at the top here was kind of enclose the site into a box. It used to be you wanted to stray away from that because everything was so contained, so rigid, but I actually kind of like the look of it for the sake of the minimalism going on. So I might maintain that. So essentially the whole site will be within our guides here. When I pull those up, from with that we can make it very responsive in terms of code down the line, I think. So I think I'm satisfied with that bit of approach so far. The next section would, I think, be her testimonial section, but she has since updated her content here to not really have that. So I'm wondering if I should design around it. I might include a couple testimonials just to give context for her if she wanted to add those later on, and we can go ahead and do that now. So I'm going to actually clean up my file here and add all these as a group. Make sure everything moves. Yep, we have kind of this lighter intro. I'm imagining about, I don't know, from here to there, from the top to about this first headline was maybe be your initial view once you hit the web page, and then as you scroll you get to a new content and it's a bolder look, and then below that maybe we'll go back to light to kind of vary the look and feel a bit. Since it's testimonials, I'm kind of repeating, if you haven't noticed, I'm repeating this pattern. It's very kind of tough to see here, but it's this kind of line map kind of style pattern, but it's also in this dark section here, so I might just continue that throughout. I really like the texture it kind of brings to something, so I might do that for testimonials is what I'm getting at. So I'm gonna steal that from the header here. I think this is it. Yeah, actually I might steal this whole thing, put that below, get rid of the circle. Okay, so these textures are actually you know what, I might lose them since it's not continuance on this pattern, but not a little bit off-white, So I forget what I was gonna say right there though. Something probably wasn't important. So typically when I design, I'm not used to talking, so if I sound like a dumbass or an idiot or something, that's just normal. So bear with me there. So as in terms of testimonials, we had those on our wireframes from a previous video. We'll probably continue that thing this way. Let's use our predefined style. So that's left align, this is left align. This is centered, I guess. And maybe we can do a centered element. And I might decrease the size a tad. And yeah, we'll keep it like it is. So she's got 6 here. I don't know that we need that many up front and center. I might do like one at a time, to be honest. So this is Laura italic. I don't like it italic. Pull that as a different text. A while back, I made a looping testimonial for a client that was nothing but CSS. It was pretty neat. It was done with nothing but input fields, so it was checkboxes, but you display none on them, and then as one's selected, it's in the view. It's really neat how it worked, and I probably couldn't replicate it right now, but I thought it was pretty neat that I was able to get it to work, and it was working on most browsers, so that was pretty sweet. Let's see what we can do. What do we got next? It's kind of a call to action, right? Okay. We've got this giant CTA stuff going on. Let's do a big, what's the character? Helvetica, possibly. Big and bold. But not in all caps. Why is it all caps? That's why. Talk. Alright, we're getting rid of this group because that's annoying. height of that. Increase the width a little more. There we go. I don't really like the way that looks, though I might do all of Helvetica at that rate. And are they the same size? Let's do 36. Oh man, the grouping in this stuff is kind of annoying. Good enough, I think, for now. Alright, so we have that. I think a better route for this one might be to do like a really dark background. So possibly this color. We've got that content there. This would make white. Does this have a stroke on it? Are you kidding me? I almost want this darker though. Like so. Yeah. And this line height's bugging me, or letting. Okay. I don't know, the heading kind of looks weird that it's just all Helvetica randomly. Bruh. Maybe we'll do bold and then something like that. More. I might, honestly, this line is not really that good. I might reiterate this arrow I had open earlier that I shouldn't have closed, but it's kind of a big ass arrow. And we'll do it the brand. But the period looks funky, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Something like so. I don't know if I like this bold. Okay, and you know what? I might update this color to be, oh my gosh, that dark color I just keyed in Let's see how it looks. So then everything's a little darker. Yeah, I kind of like that. Maybe we'll, I need to update this separately. Apparently I didn't use the same color. Then this kind of loses its oomph. There it is. Negative. Scale it back a bit. The bad thing about that pattern is it's a big one, so I'm probably gonna have to use that as a background image, which kind of sucks, but it's not the end of the world. Oh, why do I keep doing that? All right, so we got that, this, that. I need to figure out what I want here. I guess maybe another image. I edited some off the screen, or off the video, I should say. I guess this could be a good one. Whoa. And by edit, I mean I just kind of adjusted colors, lighting, shadows, contrast, all that jazz. Might do something like that where the photo's bigger than the bounding box. Gives kind of a 3D impression. And then maybe to emphasize that, we can put a little shadow around it. Outer glow. I don't know though. We'll see if that looks like shit. It probably does. Then this could potentially be a bit of a gradient. So it's like really dark to not as dark. I feel like maybe the dark part. Now, invert those, change this gray to something darker. Something like that. And in fact, might make this even bigger. The buttons seem a little dark with that new darker gray, but I could tweak that later on. I think for now it's decent. So yeah, it kind of wraps things up, doesn't it, guys? I might use the real branding below. haven't decided what other stuff I might put down here. It'd be cool to have maybe a newsletter call out or something like that. But that might be something we have just live on the blog itself. I'm not sure. I mean, when I subscribe to a blog, it's usually when I'm on the blog. But I've seen subscribe forms all over the damn place because people throw shit at you everywhere you go. Not literally, but like, you know what I mean. All right, I think it's a decent spot. I might, to keep things rolling, or kind of the same, do something like with our pattern again down here, which is barely visible. Might do like half and half. That's barely visible again. But what I want to do is kind of fade it to white. See if I can get away with doing that. It's extremely subtle, so it's not like it'll make or break the design, but I'm gonna mask it first. This will come in handy when I export. So if we do this, and I'm throwing a mask on this guy, and if I do gradient, I want this above that. The same with these. That gradient needs to come back. Where did I put it on this? No, I want it on the actual mask. Let's see how to make this work. To be like black. So I want it to go the other way, so let's reverse. So something like that. So the logo, or the footer, I mean, I'm gonna throw it at the very bottom. Command Shift and then the left bracket key, if you didn't know. So footer. And if I were to hand this file off to anyone, I would go back through and rename all this stuff. I know you guys are probably like, what is he doing? But for my own sake, and for this video's sake, I'm just trying to be as quick, rapid as possible, but still kind of maintain what we're going for in terms of design. And I may go back through off screen and add that newsletter thing I was talking about. It's not like a huge thing if I don't, but then there will be like probably copyright stuff and maybe contact information too at the bottom, but I'm kind of wanting the main navigation to be the main navigation. So I think that is our initial design for the homepage, guys. There's going to probably be one for about and services. The blog I might do in the browser. I'm not sure yet. But I also might host the blog on Medium. I don't know if you've seen that you can do that with your own domain. That's pretty nifty. To save time and to have all the Medium features. I think that would be pretty useful. So quickly we went through, did the homepage hero here, a quick intro of which Alyssa does, and a very small synopsis of brand strategy consultancy for small businesses here. Then we have kind of this more artsy version of her process, so it's numbered, which this is kind of mundane to me, but I think the other elements around it support it pretty well. All on a white background, so that I think we maintain that clean, modern feel. Testimonials, these I may just kind of have constantly doing a CSS animation that's just kind of revolving at a slower rate, of course. I might not do that for performance reasons, but then again, I don't want to have to incorporate a bunch of JavaScript to get some of this stuff to go. So we'll see. I may revisit that section. And then but down below, we have the call to action and Alyssa again here, so people know who they're working with. And of course, the branding and social media links. I might go back in and add icons. I might not, because I want hers to stand out more. But aside from that, I think we've got a good solid start here for initial concept. I may show her one completely different one for the homepage, but for the sake of time, I might not do that, just because I'm doing all this stuff in line with real work I have on the side too. So, or not on the side, full time. But yeah, I think that wraps it up. If you guys have comments or questions about any of this, feedback, I'd love to hear about it. Let me know in the comments. Also, if you would like the video, that'd be great. Same with subscribing, or tell your friends to subscribe. That'd be sweet too. I have a blog you should check out at web-crunch.com. All this gets authored there first, and then gets pushed back onto YouTube, onto Medium, onto most of the blogging kind of outlets in the community. So I'm pretty much everywhere. If you want to subscribe to something, it's there for you. So I think that ends this video. I will see you in the next one, where we probably tackle the about page and the services page. So I'll see you then.